Barrick Mitsubishi. My name is Nathan, and today we're doing a walk around video on this 2015 Ford Territory Platinum. So what we'll do is run through the condition of the vehicle, and being the Platinum model, we will also run through some of the features that you do get in this particular car. Now, having a look at the front end, got that very iconic Ford front end with the nice chrome grills across the front. Do get projector globes and fog lamps fitted into the front end of the bar. And you can see it's all got those nice chrome surrounds, and they still present quite well. You can see there's no peeling or damage to them, which means it has been looked after quite well. Can't see any real damage to the front bar, so no stone chips or marks that are noticeable, but I will try my best to point out what I can see. There are also front parking sensors along the front of the vehicle, which are going to help park the car. And we've also gone through the effort of adding in the black slimline plates, which do look really good, and also being the Platinum model, you want to make sure you got those really nice plates as well. Now taking a look at the first alloy wheel, you've got a very unique design on these. They do have like a gunmetal grey on the inside and a polished aluminium on the outside. Now this rim does seem to have a little bit of damage just on the edging there. Again, a little bit on the corners, but other than that, the rim seems to be in pretty good nick, and the tires look like they've got heaps of tread on them, which is good. Possibly new tires that we have fitted here, but from what I can see, lots of tread on those. Now, the side mirrors and door handles are color matched to the vehicle itself in that nice white color. And again, you can just see how nicely it presents. I don't know if the camera will do it justice, but it's almost reflective of the paintwork, and I can't really notice anything too bad. White can look really good, so it's good to see this has been maintained quite well. There is also this little vent there. It's not actually practical, but it's going to add a little bit of character to the vehicle. Car does also come with the side step fitted, so I mean, it's not a very significantly high vehicle, but it's going to help get in and out of the car anyway. And if you will notice, the back windows are a lot darker than the front. Now that is just a privacy glass fitted onto the car so that no one's peeking into the back, taking a look at what's in the back seat, but it doesn't actually provide the protection of tint. So I would highly recommend you talk to us about our tinting options. Opening up the door. Now the car does come with one key. You do get a physical key in here, that's obviously to open it, and you do get all the controls for your central locking. But opening it up, having a look inside the car, being the Platinum model, you do notice it does come with the full leather seats. Now the seats seem to be in pretty good nick, at least the backrest is in very good condition. Down the bottom here, just a little bit of creasing and wearing on the edge of this bolster, but again, it's pretty common across all the cars that are used. You're going to get this regardless of how old the car is. So, but other than that, I mean, 2015, 5 years old, not much wear there, which is a good sign. Seats and leather seem to be in very good nick. That one's probably got a little bit more scratching and marks on that, but what I'll do is once we go around, I'll point that out to you. Now there are electric seat controls and three seat memory presets. So if 3 different people drive the vehicle, you can have 3 different settings in there, and you can just press a button. The seat's going to pretty much adjust it to how you would like it. There are manual controls for the back support and lumbar support. Territory scuff plate down here at the bottom, so you can see it's got that nice Territory indentation in there. Now that's going to protect this part of the paintwork, especially when you get in and out of the vehicle, and you can see as all Territories come with this small storage compartment, and the door card also seems to present really well, which are all good signs that the car is actually being looked after pretty well. Opening up the back seat so you can have a look inside. Now I can notice just from looking that there is some kind of a brownie tinge to the actual leather in the back. I don't know if it's across all the seats, I can't really see it, but I can see it definitely in the light on this car, on this seat. So there's a bit of a brownie tinge here and here, and more significantly on the corner of the seat. I've got all your seat controls, and this bolster also seems to have a little bit of marking on it. Now, this is to move the seat forward and back, down, sorry, and across. So that's so you can pretty much transport something. This will go almost flat. The seats just needs to move a bit more forward. Or you can control it using the lever on the back. But other than that, seats seem to be in pretty good nick, just a little bit of browning on them. Door card is also in very good condition. Now if you look at that second alloy wheel, it does seem to have gotten a little bit of damage on the corner of the rim. Nothing too significant, but just a little bit of gashing probably on some cement. But coming across to the tailgate, you've got that nice titanium and Territory badging. Now they are in like a plastic dip black, so just stand out pretty nicely. You've got the reverse parking sensors at the bottom and a reverse camera, which is just mounted under that Ford badging. Now there is a high mounted brake light, rear washers and wipers. Now one thing that's cool about these Territories is you can actually split the glass on these, so there are little markings there to show you which one was which. So the right side is going to be for the glass, and you can see that will just pop this top compartment open. There is a rubber liner in here for the boot, so that's a good sign because you want to make sure this back lining is protected. I'm going to pull this, actually I'll do that once I've dropped this bottom compartment. But yeah, you can access anything pretty much. If you need to kind of put school bags in there, you can just open that compartment, or if you need to utilize the full boot, you want to use a button on the left, and that's going to unlock it. and open it up. Now there are tie down points here, and a spare wheel is located under. There is a little cap here to release that spare wheel. Now, as I said, you do get the rubber liner. It is a genuine Ford Territory boot liner, so it's going to fit to the shape of the boot. If I pull this up, you can see you got pretty good seats. I mean, these are quite a unique design in the sense that, I mean, you got kind of like a step up into these seats, but the back seats present in very good condition, still in good nick. To actually drop the bottom seats, what you do is you lift up this compartment here. You need to use two hands, pull them back. You can drop this down, and then you pull this latch, and that's going to go flat. Once those seats just need to move forward a bit, but that'll roll flat. And then once those are rolled flat, you can actually lift this latch over, and you'll have a bridging system where you're not going to have a kind of like an empty space for things to fall through. And this will just push out like so. Actually quite cool. But there is also that storage down there if you did want to use that as a storage section. But other than that, the actual boot condition seems to be very good nick, and your tether points are located right here for the third row seats, which is actually very good because not a lot of cars come with third row tether points. Closing this up, coming across to the passenger side of the vehicle, fuel cap is here, so you can just pop that open. That'll stay locked when the vehicle is locked. Third rim also unmarked. Actually, no, I lied. There's a little bit of marking here on the edge of the rim, but it's barely noticeable. And side step again on this side. I mean, if you're quite a picky person, there are a little bit of marks just on the paint of the arch of the wheel. Very minor marks, nothing too major, like I said. Pretty good nick. No damage. Paintwork is actually very, very good on this vehicle. And that fourth and final rim, actually generally the one with the most damage, seems to have probably the least damage. So a little bit of marking just on those three spokes. Other than that, the rim seems to be pretty good, and lots of tread on those tires. So you can see, guys, you got a pretty nicely presented Ford Territory Platinum. Beautiful white paintwork. Leather interior is quite good. Rims probably not the best condition, but they seem to be all right. So what we're going to do now is pop the hood and take a look inside. Look inside the engine bay of the Ford. We've got that iconic barrel motor. You can see nice straight 6-cylinder. It is a 4-litre petrol motor. It does come fitted with a 6-speed automatic gearbox, so more gears means better for towing, smoother drive, better power, and also more efficiency. Now this car has a 5-star ANCAP rating with 5 airbags for the passengers in the vehicle. Now this car also, this motor produces 195 kilowatts with 391 newton meters of torque. So again, lots of torque and power out of this straight 6 motor. It does run on a fuel tank with a 75-litre capacity fuel tank. Does run on your regular 91, and you will see a combined fuel consumption of about 10.5 litres per 100, or an average fuel distance of about 714 kilometers off a full tank, but that is all dependent on how you drive the vehicle. Now, taking a look inside the Territory, as you can see, it's quite clean on the inside. All the panels seem to be in very good nick. All the chromes and plastics don't seem to have cracking or fading on them, which is a good sign. Maybe a little bit of markings on the leather, but I'll get to that in a second. So, starting on the driver's side door, do get fully electric power windows. Passenger, all the other windows apart from the driver's are not automatic, but just your driver's side is fully automatic. There is also a window lock control just behind that. Up on the top here, right near your side mirror, is where your side mirror toggles are. So pretty much in the center, and you got your left and right controls, and you adjust it with that little toggle. On the right hand side, right hand stalk is your left and right indicator with your fog lamp controls and headlight controls. Now, being the titanium, does have this automatic headlight system. Just put it into auto, car's going to sense when it needs to turn them on. On the left hand side is your wipers and washers, both front and rear. Now, on the dash here itself, on the right hand side and left hand side, there are a couple buttons. So first being the auto button, that's obviously for your trip A, trip B, and the menu is going to open up a menu with a bit of dimming information, and you'll use this one to actually maneuver through this setup. So you can pretty much adjust a few things and allow for some warning notifications and some settings you can change in there. On the left hand side, coming over to the entertainment system. Now, what we have here is Ford Sync system, being one of the best systems in my opinion on the market. Currently, very easy to use, very responsive, and it's got pretty much all the key components. So top left, how it operates is in quadrants. Top left quadrant is for your mobile phone connect or your Bluetooth connectivity. Top right quadrant is for your navigation. Bottom left is for entertainment, being your Bluetooth connection, digital radio, AM, FM radio, etc. And bottom right is for your climate control. So you do get the hard buttons below that for your climate control and your radio. However, you can also operate everything through the head unit. So if I press top right for navigation, you simply press on the quadrant and it will open up. like so. So you can see we are at Kangan Drive in Berwick. Now if I wanted to jump to my aircon, I simply have to press the bottom right corner. You don't have to go back to the home, and you can adjust it like so, or like you can use the hard buttons below that, like old school style. And radio down the bottom, AM, FM radio, digital radio, USB, CD, pretty much SD card, everything you could possibly use, and auxiliary as well. Hard buttons, CD input, a little roller shutter with a storage compartment behind it. So a generous amount of storage. There is a 12-volt socket in there for any extra charging that you might need in the vehicle. Now the gear shifter is quite a nice gear shifter. Again, presents in very good nick. If I bring that into reverse, you'll see that reverse camera that is mounted in the boot, and rear bar located at the bottom. Now what's good about the Ford systems is you can actually zoom in. So if you decide to get a tow bar fitted to this and line up to something, you can zoom in quite close, or if you just wanted to park really close to something. Now you can hear the beeping, that's just the parking sensors. If I bring this down into drive and flick it to the left, that'll actually engage the sports shift system, so you can control the gears manually yourself, or you could just leave it in drive and the car's going to do it for you anyway. Got 2 cup holders, a manual handbrake in that nice leather wrap, again a nice leather stitch center console armrest. If I lift that up, you've got a storage compartment down here, and also a remote, which is actually for the CD player up top, which I will show you in a minute. There are 2 USB inputs, SD card, which is actually for your navigation, and a line in for your auxiliary, and a few little coin slots in there for your loose change. But I'll get the camera person to just pan around, 12-volt socket in the back and another storage just underneath. Pan around to show you the condition. Like I said, these seats are in very good nick. Apart from that light browning, I'm not sure why that was there, but it's not very noticeable unless the light is hitting it, and it seems to be only on this side of the car. So only these have that light browning on it. Cup holders, and up the top here is that CD player, as I mentioned before. So if you wanted to open the CD, you simply press that again. CD is located underneath, press that in, and it'll operate on the screen. There is also a USB slot there, and there is an SD slot in the car, and an AV slot with your old school component cables as well. So pretty cool system, and it is a factory unit, it's not an aftermarket unit. And if you have a look at the leather here, like I pointed out before, I didn't point it out on the exterior walk around, but a little bit of marks, probably from maybe a denim button or something, just when you're climbing out, probably just got pulled a bit, but still intact, not cracking or breaking. The back also, it seems to be in really good condition. So the back's all right, it's just the bottom here, the little bit of light marks. So what we're gonna do now is jump outside and wrap up the video. For watching the walk around video on this beautiful 2015 Ford Territory Platinum. Now, as you can see, being the Platinum model, it does come with a lot of added features and benefits, as I pointed out on the interior. And you can see the exterior condition is actually pretty good, apart from a few little marked rims, but the paintwork is the most important part, and you can see just how nicely it presents. Now, if you do have any additional questions, the number to dial is 99070555. But just before I go, this car actually qualifies for our premium mechanical protection plan. What that offers you is 5 years additional protection on 181 electrical and mechanical components, and that is also going to cover you up to 200,000 kilometers, which is great if you're doing a lot of driving. That will also come with 10 years platinum roadside assistance nationwide. In addition to that, one thing I would highly recommend you talk to us about is our glass coat or lifestyle package that we offer here. Now, what that will offer you is an exterior warranty on your paintwork, interior protection on your leather, and we will package that in with some premium grade tint for you to make sure you have that protection on the windows and pretty much for the whole vehicle and the passengers in the vehicle as well. Now, these two things are at an additional cost. However, if you're using our in-house finance, we'd love to introduce you to our business managers, Julie and Mario, who show just some minimal diesel effective repayments. Now, lastly, but most importantly, make sure you jump onto Google, search up Berwick Mitsubishi, and see what people have to say about us. With over 1,100 reviews and sitting at 4.8 stars, gives you the assurance as a buyer that you're dealing with the right people, the right kind of business for a good quality vehicle. Now, as I mentioned before, if you did have any additional questions, the number to dial is 99070555. My name is Nathan. Thank you so much for watching.